Hey, people injured here for 3. Cathari Ruins, blue team. Olaf is a Kommando Nob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you, and blows you up. Orky style, begins ranged combat with a twin link shooter. Alongside here, Gruwski, the Dogski, with a plague champion, starts off ranged combat with a damage over time bolter. Can get melee weapons and decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Rounding off the blue team here is Suckobert, with a Farseer, support hero that fights in melee combat, powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. Red team, we have Artorias with another plague champion. Commando's being sneaky over there. Alongside here, TowerGuard with a Lord General, fights range combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers to help him out, can add to this retinue throughout the game. Really strong defense and support. And rounding us off is BRAWLER with an Apothecary, support hero that fights in melee combat by default, powerful heal ability and a passive health regeneration aura. Some Imperial fists, been seeing a lot of those fellas recently. Kicking off in the mid, we got some Nurgle worship, shooting at a sentinel, all that good stuff. Kicking off in the northeast though. Plague champions run away. This fella's already used his stun bomb. I think he can do some nasty things to heretics, because if you can stun them while they are worshipping, they can't stop worshipping, so you can just shoot them down. CSM stay in play over here. Both of the, these guys using Word Bearers DLC, so they're both kind of red. Bolter plinking away at the sentinel. Lord General now moving forward, a double guard from there as a stomp goes in. Plague champion taking tons of damage, needs to flee, and now they can work their way through and pressure those heretics. Northeast turns blue. There's also a contested power which turns blue as well. Southwest, Eldar have won the early fights. Apothecary's pretty low here. There's guide on those Dire Avengers, and these guys are not taking this heavy cover here. They are backing away. Maybe he feels he can't fit them all on the left side of that cover, maybe. Shuriken cannon on the way for Suckobert. These heretics are worshipping right in the face of these guardsmen to support these double CSM who are getting stuck into melee with guardsmen who don't like melee. Double CSM up here also for the other plague champion. TowerGuard with a Haver Bolter. No, cancels it. Scouts have been caught here. These fellas are still in close combat stance, and they get one of them. They're going to retake that wreck point, I guess. Big shooters are in play. More range, more DPS, and allows you to suppress with aiming. What's that? There's the Commando. He's back at base. The sluggers have fallen. Right there, it looks like. And now a power bash by the red team, and they're here in force. Where is Gruwski? Trying to get in around them slightly, maybe. Lots of Daka in the face of the plague champion. And they repel the attack. The Node barely survives. No, the sentinel gets in there and finishes it off. Here comes the Nob. He's got a 35 DPS range weapon, this fella, which is pretty high for a starting weapon, especially when you can sneak around like this. There's a stun bomb. Gets the Lord General. And one of those, stormtroopers are falling. Gonna need to write a letter home there, buddy. Gets the medical sergeant up. 450 to 453. You have blight grenades on the field, which is perhaps why TowerGuard got that medical sergeant. Good way to counter a blight grenade infecting all your stuff is to pop those medical kits. Got some catechins here, backing away to defend the power. Sentinel's very low. Kommando Nob caps the northeast. Now it's blue team's turn to bash. What's going on southwest though? A blue victory point. Howling Banshee's in on an assault squad. Shuriken manages to stay in play. Grenade is easily dodged, and he should be able to see off the rest of BRAWLER's stuff here. Tactical Marines joining a fight though. Can the Eldar get on this power though? Speaking of power, it's being bashed. Sentinel's going to get some repairs. Catechins, I guess they've already used their grenade launcher or something because they're missing energy here. Havoc's in play now for Gruwski, who goes tier 2. You've got some Storm Boys up here for Olaf. Sorry, Olaf. Let's get them all in there. Plague Champion looking for the grenade. It's getting very, very close though. He's going to get killed. Knocked over and will go down with the sheer weight of fire even retreating there. Here comes the other Plague Champion for the red team. Standing in front of the Havocs. This guy can fire at the normal rate when suppressed. Also move faster than usually suppressed fellas. He only gets a 30% speed debuff rather than like 65 or something. Catachin's has got a medical kit. Rather just used it, I mean. Heavy Weapon Squad are in play for TowerGuard and they are pushing off the blue team again. Very lively back and forth in the northeast. Storm Boys still in play though, so is the Kommando Nob. They might not want to engage right now though. Here we see the Storm Boys backing off. Look at the Eldar grabbing this wreck point. Don't see an attempt on the power though. Banshees are moving in. They have the aspect of fleetness. Allows it to jump over objects like that. Guide on the Banshees there, boosting their damage by 30%. Farseer starts with a 35 DPS melee weapon compared to the 25 of the Apothecary. Apothecary gets a much better sidearm though. His bolt pistol does like 16 DPS or something like that. The Farseer's, it's like barely anything. It's literally like, I don't think it's even 3 DPS. It's like 3 or 4 DPS. It's pointless. Plague Champion hasn't leveled. He's got his black nose up. What about this fella? Also hasn't leveled and no war gear up. Sentinel's done well for TowerGuard so far. Look at this. Double Catachans and a Heavy Weapon Squad. Talk about a tier 1 over here. It's the second Catachan squad. We're the first. Still in play. Drop to model. Medical Sergeant. Pretty bad in combat, but those medical kits are awesome. He's got like 3 or 4 DPS, melee and range, that guy, I think. I think if you get like all of the retinue for the Lord General, assuming you don't upgrade his own weapon, it's like 50 odd DPS piercing or something from all the members. Not bad. A lot of that comes from the Commissar, who does 15 or so himself, I think. Ouch. Double Mark of Corn CSM saying hello to the Apothecary with a chain axe at the back of the head. The Assault Squad get away, as do the Scouts and the Tactical Marines. Barely though. Mark of Corn CSM pretty good at chasing. Good speed and a good chunk of damage per hit. Here's a Falcon up here for Suckobert. Not been Brawler's game so far, has struggled to deal with the Farseer buffing this infantry up in tier 1. Now has to deal with a Falcon. Devastators, you would think, from Brawler in tier 2. Should have been up in tier 1, I think. But can get a missile launcher, a melter bomb, maybe even a Lascannon. But I think I'd keep the heavy bolter going. If that Devastator hits the field, of course. I think it's the right play. Artorias with some Plague Marines. Here they are. Have that snaring missile launcher. Really strong health regeneration. Big chunk of health as well to start off with. 2,000 on a 3 model squad is a lot. They're so very slow though. Also, don't have heavy armor, those guys. They have regular infantry armor. So stuff like Shooter Boys, fully upgraded, can really water them down pretty quickly. Lots of Dakar is bad for Plague Marines. Full power bash here by the Eldar. Is that the Doombringer? It is the Doombringer. Also Spirit Stones up. Scouts trying to harass. Run out of energy though. Makes it much harder for them to harass. Can't infiltrate, can't throw grenades, can't shotgun blast. And Mark of Corner CSM with aspiring champions. They have that melter pistol, as you can see. I've got them in their sights. Scouts are faster though, I think, than Mark of Corner CSM on the feet. Not by a huge amount though. Now they are infiltrating. Mid is turning red. Those are grenade launchers, and they all get one, while the 2 stormtroopers do. And I believe they're exactly the same weapon. They don't get like weaker grenade launchers, the other fellas. So they all doing, I think, 9.52 grenade DPS. I think it's like 30. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's like 30 or 40 per hit, I think. And of course it's AoE. It does attack pretty slowly, so the DPS value is not super impressive. AoE burst weapon, those pretty nice to have. There's those double catechins, these fellas get in their Sarge, and that Sarge knows how to use a melter gun. Double mark of course CSM not wanting to approach double catechins. Perhaps a strange choice for Gruwski to get double mark of corner CSM against what TowerGuard is packing. He's got that heavy bolter as well, of course. Light grenade doing its thing. Was it a blight grenade? Or was it purification vials? No. I guess it was the blight grenade. Yeah, he's just running away. He confused me because I couldn't see him. Falcon's going to go down. He's taking las cannon shots. There he goes. Didn't even need the melter bomb. But now Banshees are in your back lines. Sternguard veterans getting chopped up here. Assault squad might be finished off. No, doesn't get targeted. He did get the sergeant up there too, which might have saved them anyway. Another painful fight for Brawler, but did get the Falcon. Did get the Falcon. Las cannon bringing it home there. Level 2 Lord General. We have Sentinel's got some missile launchers to go. 411, 185. Big VP lead for the blue team, but this map you get big VP swings very quickly with no natural victory points and relatively small size. Can be hard to hold on to the VPs. Get some very close games on this map usually. Storm Boys have their Nob leader. Weird Boy in play also. Very good against TowerGuard's massive infantry army. In fact, they're all infantry armies for the red team, so the Weird Boy should excel. As long as he's got energy, of course. Drop pod comes in. Out comes some Sternguard as a... Sorry, that was just a reinforcing drop pod, I believe. Called in by the Apothecary himself, so he did not get tactical marines out of it because that one doesn't reinforce you on landing anymore. Blood grenades doing their thing. Plague Champion gets away relatively safely. And now needs to retreat after getting to safety. These guys have found the Weird Boy. I think he's retreated just in time to escape. Orky shotgun in play now for the Commando. Also sneaky infiltration kit. And that thing. The grappling looked to escape. Lots of Daka, power beam, bash though. Some good damage from those grenade launchers too. Gonna get a full bash here easily and a decap, I think. Red team coming back strong in tier 2. Speaking of tier 2, Gruwski is now in tier 3. And we have another Falcon. Do we still have... Yeah, we still have the las cannon, and that drop pod will now be a reinforcement point for Brawler. Really good usage of that. Save those assault marines, I think. Tier 3 also for Olaf. Olaf. Here comes a jump. Setting up a push. Las cannon gets a shot. Might need to come forward though. Brawler's on it. Customized Stormbolter can shut down and stun the Farseer when she gets back to her feet. Might need to use it on the Mark of Corner CSM, but could not get in there and use it in time to make any difference, so backs away. Here comes a flank from TowerGuard. That's a really dicey place to be. Grenades going in. That's a Noxious Cloud and a Foot of Gork. Ouch. Not a good place to stand, fellas. This might wipe out a bunch of this stuff. And blight grenades. Holy crap. Bad day for TowerGuard. A really bad engagement. Poor bastard. Only has a heavy weapon squad here. You've got to be so careful hanging out in this little narrow passageway on this map. It's a death trap. There's another one over there, of course. They only... Looks like he took it well, TowerGuard. Good on you. Now needs to recover. We have Touch of Nurgle on the CSM. And retreats them, really? It looked like they could have stayed in play there. Oh, I was looking for some friendly fire. Weird Boy, you disappointed me. Can TowerGuard get back in here and do some work. They just had a really good little passage of play through, getting through to the power as well. That was so much stuff on his face. 2 plasma grenades, noxious cloud full of Gork, and a blight grenade also, I think. There's Angels of Death from Brawler. Good time to use it. Saves the assault squad. I think it did save them. I think it did. TowerGuard have their Hellfire rounds, but they're now being suppressed. Plague Champion doing his things, level 3. He's got some good throws with his black grenades in this fight. In this match, rather. Uh-oh, runs into some friendly plasma grenades. Not sure what he's trying to do there. Maybe just tie things up in melee. He's going for a revive, which should allow him to hit level 4. TowerGuard gets some Ogrins. Not sure that's the right choice. Usually you want your Ogrins up when you have an army to support them with. I guess he has allies to support them. Getting some guards on as well now. Red team again, though, getting through to the blue team's power up here, which is completely decapped. And we have a Plague Fist, Armor of Pestilence, and Icon of Nurgle Plague Champion. This guy is ready to kick some ass. Eats a stun, but should be able to use his Pestilence Strike once it wears off. And deal with the Storm Boys that way. Touch of Nurgle on the CSM. Yeah, they didn't like that. That was Aura of Decay there, actually knocking them back from the Armor of Pestilence. Great little ability you get from this. Lovely little bonus. Banshees have been an absolute terror. They always seem to get on those Assault Marines when they're already low on hit points. And it's been a massive problem. Purification rights even. Even with this, they've still been awesome. And we have combat stims now for the Apothecary. That'll be pretty effective on the TowerGuard veterans, you would think, while they're using those Hellfire rounds. VPs 200 to 125. Tier 3 all around. Aside from TowerGuard, who of course lost most of his army at some point. Looks like the heavy weapons squad fellas also went down. It's got a lot of red though. Scouts taking shots, trying to get the cap, not quite. It's a 1-to-1 now. What is this? Commando's got his shotgun. He knows how to use it. Stun bomb goes off to escape freely. Nurgle Shrine with not a lot of support. Here comes Artorias to try and do so. Commando with a questionable choice of where to grapple there. No touch of Nurgle for the heretics, eh? Nope, they're going to fall. That's a creeping barrage. It would have been an incredibly effective one, but Olaf spots it, runs away. Here are the Ogrins. They have their bonehead leader. What was that? Oh, that was just the end of the creeping barrage, I think. Like a warp throw just delivered them to the Plague Champion there. That was pretty effective. Gruwski now down to Havocs and double CSM. Triple cap for the red team here. Look at this. Even with TowerGuard dropping most of his army and Brawler being under insane amounts of pressure, they've hung in and Brawler's now got the southwest. Falcon's got the shield up. Eats a couple of las cannon shots. Assault squad are still in play, but they are out of this fight for now. I don't think they want to engage these Banshees. What are they doing? They might be waiting for a merciless strike here. Yeah. Did quite a lot of damage there, even to level 3 Banshees. Wonder if the merciless strike damage scales up with level. If it counts as like melee or something. Probably not. Great unclean one on the field for Gruwski the Dogski. Got some more heretics there to support him too. Kicking off in the mid. Storm Boys flying in. No Nob leader there though. Looks like they've got those CSM pretty low. Weird Boy gets shots in. Big amount of friendly fire though. There's Cloud of Flies from the Great Unclean One. That's a creeping barrage again. Disrupting a whole bunch of Orks, as you can see. But they still take the engagement. They still take the fight. Commando is capping. What's this? Scouts being so sneaky, get the decap. That's doom on them, I think, which helps take them down. Melter bomb with a rear armor hit, doesn't take the shield out though. And now some support. Brawler needs to run away, I think. Apothecary is level 4. Very nice, Merciless. Doesn't want to run away. Some Nurgly vomit for those Assault Marines. And, oh, if the Great Unclean One didn't path block them a little bit there, they might have finished off those Assault Squad, fellas. Red team do have the northeast. The shrine is still here. But Artorias doesn't have heretics to worship it anymore. He's getting a Great Unclean One of his own. Brawler getting a Land Raider Redeemer. Blue team have vastly superior rosters on the field, but I mean, we'll see. I don't know how they got a triple to begin with, the red team. 72 to 112. Level 3 Commando. Oh, he's getting suppressed by the shrine. That's got some decent range on it, hasn't it? Now getting shots after he's been spotted there. Got too close to the Plague Marines. Falcon is level 2 with that shield. Needs to put it down so that energy can regenerate. Farseer level 3 with Armor of the Assyrian. Awesome piece of war gear, especially in team games where you can mess up multiple armies with it. Foot of Gork. Boom. Leman Rush dropped in. CSM get caught. Here comes the Great Unclean One of the red team. Who is the uncleanest? Assault Squad jump on nothing. Oh, Vanguard veterans now. And another jump, and that's an Eldritch. Trying to use Angels of Death to tank the damage there. Grenades thrown in, beautifully done by Suckobert. He's got a D-cannon up now too. They've got, I should say. Leman Russ taking a lot of damage. Rear armor hits from the Falcon. Great Unclean One might be able to get in and finish it off if it's not careful. Here comes the Land Raider Redeemer. Leman Russ now getting repairs. What's going on in mid? Red team's Great Unclean One trying to charge through. And a decap here for the Lord General. What is this? Big champion of Gruwski. Trying to cap. Now the Commando maybe can take over. Olaf backing away though. It stays red up there. 72 to 52. The Leman Russ was lost. Here it is. And I'm guessing it was this fella. Now going to take some hits. Is the Land Raider, I think. There's that foul snare. I think the Apothecary got inside. Yes, I think so. Land Raider lives. Lord General did get the decap. And then dies. Oh, that was Guardsman dying there. The Lord General escaped. Oh no, Great Unclean One goes down for Artorias. Just pushed it way too far forward with no support. It's so tempting to just keep chasing, keep chasing, keep chasing. You don't want to turn your back on stuff and let it shoot you without answer kind of thing. So just keep chasing and get yourself in trouble. No matter how tempting it is, you've got to try and resist sending in your big single entities to chase stuff with no support. Foul Snare gets the kill there. This guy's been awesome, this Great Unclean One. Here comes the Land Raider again, 72-52. Blue team, you'd think, can get on the mid here. Land Raider taking a lot of damage now. And Brawler doesn't have any scouts. They're getting on the southwest. There's an Imperial Abyss from Artorias. Hits pretty well, but down goes the Land Raider. These guys trying to get on the rear armor, are they? They lose their melter bomb though, Vanguard veterans. Got themselves into trouble is what they did. You must be level 5 by now, you are. Big champion of Gruwski is capping. Banshees in a fight with the Stone Guard, but they're using their And They Shall Know No Fear. And able to withstand their attack quite easily. Red team somehow have a double cap here. What's going on? I guess blue team got nuked. That's what's going on. It's a CSM on CSM fight. Big surprise. The ones with chain axes win the melee fight. Artorias and TowerGuard have a single unit on the field each. Another great unclean on in the way. 28 to 52. Who's that capping? Oh, the Lord General. Blue team are going to take the northeast, I think. Yes. Nothing there to stop them. Artorias has no units on the field. We're just trying to desperately keep them from capping northeast there. There's the single for blue, double for blue, and this should be it. Can't see a way back from red team unless something bizarre happens. I wonder if Artorias can drop another nuke already. What the cooldown is on that. Even with an amazingly placed nuke, it's going to be so hard. There's a triple, there's a GG from BRAWLER. Yeah, blue team have got this now. What a hectic and fun 3v3. Leaving Russ at the end for TowerGuard, but it's not going to have time to get on the field. There we go. And the blue team take it. A level 3 commando. Really? Only level 3? Oh, stuff died. Level 7 played champion over here. From Gruwski. Farseer was level 6. Did really well at the bottom here, the Eldar player. Level 7 plague champion also for Artorias. A level 7 Lord General. And a level 5 Apothecary. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.